everything favors Boston. And the thing about Boston, they have playoff experience. Something that's young Celtics, the young Cavaliers team don't have outside of Mitchell. So everybody else everybody else doesn't have that playoff experience that they have, like compared to Boston.
You don't think it's a chance that Donovan Mitchell can be the best player in that series?
No.
No? So you guys don't see no world where Donovan Mitchell can outperform Jason Tatum?
I can, but it won't be like a big gap. It could be like the gap between them is like this big. It won't be like something significant. And I won't be surprised either. But then you gotta deal with Jaylen Brown too, because he might go stupid as well.
No, Donovan Mitchell. He could be probably the second best player on that series. We don't know, but I'm just saying even if he beats the best player on the series, if we're talking about terms of scoring points with all the volume and efficiency that he does, and put up these big 30-point, 35-point games in the playoffs, it still is not going to be enough to beat this deep of a Boston Celtics team. They are the deepest team in the NBA. Right, they have an elite defense. They do a great job in taking advantage of mismatches as well. I think it's one of the few teams that does that on a consistent basis in my liking. They're a great 3-point shooting team as well. Great offensive team. They move the ball. One of the best skip pass teams in the NBA. It's a lot dealing with that team in a 7-game series. This Boston Celtics gotta stop, bro. Stop it, bro.
It ain't no disrespect, bro. You got to realize Robert Williams stays hurt. If Robert Williams ain't there, the Cavaliers could easily beat the Celtics in 6 or 7 games.
Get out of here, man.
And that's what all due respect to the Celtics, because if you know me, I love Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, and got much respect for Jason Tatum. I love that Boston Celtics team. I lost money on them last year. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you a question.
That was money I put down in January. So I got much faith in the Celtics.
Let me ask you a question.
What series? My bad. Somebody was calling me. Yo.
Go ahead, Mookie.
What series did Robert Williams didn't really play last year? I think it was was it the
We talking about this year, Mookie?
No, I'm trying to make a point. I'm just saying what series that he did play. Was it a Heat series?
I'm not. Don't quote me. So I'm not sure. He missed a lot last year. But you talking about last year? I'm talking about.
I think he missed most of the. I think he missed most of the Brooklyn Nets series. All I'm saying is that Boston has a lot of depth in their front court. Like, yes, Mr. Robert Williams, that's going to take a hit back, the impact defensively, especially with the rim protection as well in the post and a switchable big who can switch on the perimeter and as a help side defender on the basket as well. But when we're looking at a guy like Al Horford and the wing depth that they had and the perimeter defense they have, Boston depth, they almost got 2 of everything, 2 of power forwards, 2 of wings, 2 of point guards. They're literally just deep. You sit there and make the argument the Cavs is going to beat the Celtics in the 7-game series. Stop it, bro.
You're not talking about the Cavs.
They got. I know what they got. They got Evan Mobley. They got a great starting five.
Let me get it.
Cavaliers bench doesn't come
tap me in, Crunch. Let me get him.
Mookie trying to keep talking about the Celtics and then say, "Oh, I know what the Cavs got," but no, ain't no but, bro. They got Darius Garland, right?
They got all the firepower.
They got hold on. Look at all the matchups.
He has no playoff experience, but go ahead.
No, I'm talking about going against Malcolm Brogdon. Is Malcolm Brogdon?
Bobby, Bobby, you should know that experience matters. You should
experience matters.
I don't let my hat on that.
Hold on, I'm trying to see this the whole time. The Cavs have wing depth as well. They have Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert.
Donovan Mitchell, he's not a wing.
He is a wing. What are you talking about?
How is he not a wing?
He's a guard, bro.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, right? Is he going to be attacking from the wing?
He's going to be attacking from everywhere.
Okay, then. That's what wings do. He's going to match up against wings. Jaylen Brown. Hold on. Is he going to match up with – hold on. Is Jaylen Brown a wing?
Yes, he's a wing.
He's a shooting guard, right?
No, but he plays.
Time out. Hold on.
When Tatum go off the bench,
how was it going on the wing though, Mookie?
Hold on. Is Jaylen Brown a shooting guard?
He's 6'1". He's not playing the wing.
Question. Hold on.
Bro, Jaylen Brown is 6'5", 6'6". When Tatum go off the bench, he plays the small forward, sometimes the shooting guard position.
Don't jump in. Hold on, Gabe. Don't jump in. Hold on, Gabe. Don't jump in the water trying to see.
Go ahead. I had legs.
Drowning if you're not prepared to drown with him.
Oh my God.
So Gabe, is Jaylen Brown a shooting guard?
Yes, he's a shooting guard.
He's a
shooting guard,
wing,
forward,
right?
Yes.
Hold on, Gabriel.
Yes, because he's bigger. He's bigger than Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's
So Jaylen Brown like 6'6",
I'm not
6'7",
playing a 6'1" point guard, shooting guard at the wing. That I'm playing a 6'6".
Hold on, Gabe. Can I ask you a question? Hold on, Gabe.
Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Ask me a question.
Did you eat an edible before you came on here or something?
Oh my God.
I'm asking you a simple question.
No, I did not.
Is Jaylen Brown a wing?
He's more of a wing than Donovan Mitchell. I answered the question.
Hey, Ron, what's going on with these people, bro?
Oh my
Gabe,
God, bro.
What? I'm asking you, is Jaylen Brown a wing?
And I told you, yes, he's more of a wing than Donovan Mitchell is.
Slow down.
Is Garland a wing?
Wait. Hold on. I have another question for you. Is Jaylen Brown a shooting guard?
Yes.
Is Donovan Mitchell a shooting guard?
Yes.
So then what are you talking about, bro?
He's a bigger player, though.
So you're going off size. I'm going off position.
Real quick, Crunch. I need some clarification, Crunch. Hold on. I need y'all to forgive me for my ignorance, but can anybody on here, DJ, Mookie, Gabe, can y'all please explain to me what's the difference between being a guard, especially if you're not the point guard in the wing? Like, forgive me for my ignorance, but I need some clarification.
I think you attacking from the wing. When you a shooting guard, you a wing.
Crunch, me and you on the same page, Crunch. I need to hear from the opposition.
When I define wings, I think wings are guys that usually play at the 3, sometimes maybe the 2. They at least 6'6", 6'7".
Do I got anything to do with where you play on the court though? Doesn't Donovan Mitchell be playing on the?
It don't have nothing to do with you playing on the court, but I think that you particularly more of a small forward.
I'm saying so when Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell are together,
hold on. I got him. Hold on. He in a hole now.
Chill out.
He in a hole now, bro. He in a hole now, and the Matrix tried to mess up my connection when I was ready to cook Mookie.
Go ahead.
When somebody called me. But hold on, Mookie, is D Wade a wing?
No.
Why isn't D Wade a wing?
Because D Wade, if you actually watch when D Wade played with the Miami, he played more of a 2 guard, sometimes having the role of playing point guard as well. So yes, D Wade is not a wing.
D Wade is a wing.
So
no,
so are we defining?
I particularly
anybody who plays off ball?
I particularly define wings. I particularly define wings if you playing in the 3, sometimes maybe the 2 as well. And yes, height depends on that, but yes, those are the wings. They mostly play at the 3 guard. You never see Donovan Mitchell play at the 3 guard position. Never seen that before. Never. Not at Utah or not at Cleveland.
But that's my
never
point.
seen it before.
Trying to manipulate.
We have seen Jaylen Brown play at the wing.
But I'm saying you trying to.
We have seen when Tatum goes to the bench, they put Jaylen Brown at the wing, then plug in Derek White, then plug in Marcus Smart. Then putting Grant Williams as well.
But what I'm saying is you trying to manipulate the definition into what you want it to be, is what I'm saying to you. All I'm saying is this, right? When you look at what a player is doing on the wing, that's a wing. Where if they attack from the wing, that's why I say, because look, if you play the shooting guard,
or you looking at
hold on. If you play the shooting guard, but look, if you play the shooting guard, you're a wing. Hold on. If you play the shooting guard, you can play off ball, and you a wing though, is what I'm saying to you. So I don't look at Donovan Mitchell as the primary point guard, is what I'm saying.
So let me ask you something.
I'm saying when Garland is playing the point, Donovan Mitchell's gonna be on the wing matching up with Jaylen Brown. So my whole point was talking about the matchup. Hold on. See, now you're going too far off the deep end.
Because you said you can play off ball, you can play somewhere.
No. My whole point was talking about the matchups against the Celtics. So he's gonna match up with Jaylen Brown.
It's Steph a wing.
Oh my gosh, bro. These guys right there.
It's Steph a wing because he just sat there and said you could play off ball.
No, I said, hold on. Mookie, you know what I said.
Let's just move past this. We gonna sit here for 15 more minutes.
Stephen Curry plays the point guard mainly.
And he sometimes played the 2. You said there said you play the 2 guard.
I said you mainly play the 2 guard. That's what I said. See. All right, come on, man. We can move on, man. This man.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you think D Booker wing?
Devin Booker's a wing.
Yes.
Yeah, we can move on.
Yo, DJ. I want to know what your definition of a wing is. And for those of you guys that don't know, DJ he's very ingrained in the basketball community. He's a basketball mind through and through. I want to hear your definition.
I want to pick his brain.
Okay, so I think that you guys are. I think it comes down to semantics and definition. So like when there's a combine and you're looking to categorize a player by position, you're looking at a couple things. Number one is their size. Can they even do what you're requiring them to do? Number two is their skill. Can they defend that position? Can they handle pressure in that position? Can they shoot from that position? So what I understand from a size demographic, you're gonna have your one guard and your two guard from 5'8" to 6'6", 6'8" now in the NBA, right? Those are guys that can handle the ball. That's a LaMelo Ball type guy. That's the kid in Indiana, Halberton or whatever his name is. Those are the bigger guards, right? Because about 6-7 years ago, those guys would be categorized as wings and they'd be stuck in a Scottie Pippen, even though Scottie was ahead of his time. He was more of a point forward, right? And so like you got a position height that they look at when they're coming into combine. How many positions can they defend? And what I understand, based on how many positions can you defend, that's what you're labeled. So if you're a guy that like a Jason Tatum, he's basically, you can put him out there and comfortably guard 1 through 4, maybe 5 in certain situations. But you got a guy like, Donovan Mitchell. How many positions can he successfully guard throughout a quarter? Like how many times can he switch off and still be effective as a defender?
You can go 1 or 3.
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, so
what the
3?
bro? What the hell you smoking on tonight? You smoking on that red?
3.
Oh my!
It does depend on the 3 though.
Donovan Mitchell can guard the 3. What the fuck is going on?
Keep in mind, the NBA is a lot of small ball, so it depends on the 3. It's going to be times where Jaylen Brown plays the 3 sometimes because it'll be Malcolm Brogdon and Marcus Smart. Donovan Mitchell can guard Jaylen Brown, so it just depends on it.
So
and Jaylen Brown is 6'8", and Jaylen Brown is 6'8".
He getting his ass cooked, but I mean he could guard him.
Jaylen gonna cook no matter what.
So when I think of a wing, like positionally, I'm thinking of a guy like can he guard the first 2 and the bottom 2? Can he go up on the 1-2? Can he drop to the 4-5? Like that's my true definition of like a wing in today's NBA, in my opinion. That's what I see when we talk about it now. Just because the game has changed so much and it's more perimeter oriented, dive into the basket than ground and pound like we used to see, early 2000s in the 90s. And so, yeah, that's kind of how I see it. And I don't know if that helps either one of you guys.
It definitely helps. I definitely value what you just said because that's, you know what I'm saying? I value what you just said. But what I was trying to say to y'all is that I look at Donovan Mitchell as an undersized wing, just like how we would look at Ben Wallace as an undersized center or somebody like that. You can still do the job that I need you to do on the wing for me. He plays off of Garland. Is what I'm saying. So one guy brings the ball, and you got 2 on the wings. To me, the shooting guard and the small forward both play the wing for the majority of the game. Is what I'm saying. So they play. So I don't look at him as a shot. Like maybe you can say that's part of the reason why Mookie will take Boston over Cleveland because of the size difference.
Yeah, let's
but
go
I
back
was
to
talking
this.
about I was talking about the firepower that Cleveland has, regardless of whether he's a wing, whether he's just a big guy, whatever you want to call Donovan Mitchell. They're gonna have to deal with him because that's 30 a game. And we've seen him drop 50s in the playoffs against a Western Conference team. We've seen him beat Russ and PG in the playoffs. Darius Garland is a really skilled point guard who's going to go off. He can get 30 any given night. They have Karis LeVert on the wing. Also, that he's 25 a night. Well, not per night, but I'm saying. No, hold on.
I'm gonna just say.
Hold on. Not per night, but you have to guard him with respect because he can explode for 25 on any.
He's great at getting to the rim.
You talked about the front court. Now you got Twin Towers in the paint with Jared Allen and Mobley. So they have. So all I'm saying is Boston really got to be on their toes. I think Cleveland is probably the most balanced team along with Milwaukee that can match up with them and take them 7 games. Is what I'm saying. And if it goes 7 games, anybody can win.
Agreed.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
I think Celtics small ball would give Cleveland a lot of problems. I think when you take Jared Allen out the paint, take Mobley out the paint, and force them guys to guard them guys out on the perimeter, I think that would be easy lanes to the basket as well. Celtics top and bottom is better, and plus what goes a big way is experience. This team went to the finals. They've been in a grueling 7-game series before, grueling 6-game series that been very, very tough and physical as well. I think Celtics physicality, they're passing the way they can get to the rack. Their shooting, their shot creation as well. I think that they will give Cleveland a lot of problems that they can't handle. But it should be a good, interesting thing. But I think it's going to be a 5-6 game series.
I mean, remember though, right? When Donovan Mitchell was a rookie and Jason Tatum was a rookie, they were saying Donovan Mitchell really should have run a Rookie of the Year. I think Donovan Mitchell should have won a Rookie of the Year over Ben Simmons. So he's gonna have that beef with Tatum. They in the same class. I don't know, man. I think you're sleeping on Tatum. Mitchell, man. Like Mitchell watching this right now. Hey, look. If you want to put money on it, just you know what I'm saying. DM me on TikTok, bro. You want to put money on the Cleveland series? Because I actually think I got.
Oh
Cleveland.
yeah, I'll put money on that.
The more I think about it, I got Cleveland. Because I wanted to ask you, do you think that them not having their coach, the same coach from last year, is going to play into it?
Udoka?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all was the same people that said there's. Y'all was the same people that said that once they lost Ime Udoka, this team was not going to have that same defensive intensity that they're going to have. They're going to fall off this year, and the fact that this year they've really been shutting up the haters. I'm not worried about that. I think more of the talent standpoint, and if you look at the talent standpoint for Boston, I just think that if you have a good coach that can make great adjustments, put out a great adequate lineup, I think that that would do pretty well. I'm not worried about the coach. The thing about Boston, I'm worried about the health of Robert Williams, and that's a great point that the old boy brought up about him. But other than that, when you look at this team, how complete this team is, I think they're the deepest roster in NBA from top to bottom, the way that it fits, right? And then you add on the offensive versatility they add on, right? And add on a backup point guard as well, and Michael Brogdon, who's, I believe, for over the last month is second right behind Kawhi Leonard in three-point shooting damn near 47% from the three-point line. Kawhi Leonard for over the last month leading the NBA in three-point percentage. This team, three-point shooting, offense, defense, switching, versatility, post defender. I mean, they got it all, man, and experience. Boston got a lot of chip on their shoulder, man. So, like I sat there and said, Boston in a 7-game series against a young, inexperienced team in the Cleveland Cavaliers. Give me Boston.
Is there anybody else up here that has the Cavs beating Boston other than Crunch?
Yeah, I just want to clarify that I got Boston, but I could easily see the Cavs making it a 7-game tussle.
And I do want to clarify too with that as well. That series is all predicated on Evan Mobley, if you ask me. If Evan Mobley
can he survive 7 games in that series with that front line with Boston? Because that's some physical basketball, fellas. That's the thing about playoff basketball. Like you see teams that enter the window. Like Boston's in the window, Milwaukee's in the window. Like they're built for the playoffs. They're too deep at every position, and their top 5 guys can basically keep the person on the other side of the ball in front of them without too much help from the others. Like you look at Malcolm Brogdon, you look at Marcus Smart, you look at what Boston has, except for when you go too far on the bench and Peyton comes in, then you got to help off, and he's you got to help him out defensively sometimes because of the height situation. But other than that, like who else they got? Derek White, like those are some dogs on ball defense. And I don't know if Cleveland. It just depends on how it's officiated, and it's how well they can stay healthy. Because Evan Mobley's about to freaking enter a hurricane with that front line, and I don't know if he can make it 7 games with that physicality. It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.